Rasmus Hojlund is out of our clash with Nottingham Forest. It's the latest breaking news right now concerning Manchester United as we go into that big one, the year ender for Manchester United away to Nottingham Forest. It's certainly an important game where we want to hope that we shall build on the momentum we seem to have built, but sadly, the boy who gave us smiles from ear to ear by scoring his first goal in a Manchester United jersey in the Premier League, Rasmus Hojlund is not there because of an illness. So what expected changes do you think Erik ten Hag is going to make? Of course, in a few, I will be giving you the lineup, the confirmed starting 11. It's about to come out shortly. But I don't expect it to deviate a lot from what I think. In my view, Antony will obviously should be coming in now to start. Does Marcus Rashford move obviously to false nine now? Man United versus Nottingham Forest live here on the United Hotspot. Go on live in the comment section and let me know your prediction of this game. What do you expect to happen? How do you hope Man United ends the season? What changes do you hope to see? Should Andre Onana start in between the sticks? This is not so far from what started the last game against Aston Villa. But the late confirmation of Rasmus Hojlund is out means we are going to be forced to play with the false nine. But to be honest, Marcus Rashford looked sharp going forward in the last game. He has proven that he can score goals. He seemed to be excited with Maino helping open up the creativity in Christian Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes. Anyone in that number 9 position should be able to score. So for me, Hojlund out is sad. He's not going to be there, but it shouldn't be a big concern. I think the goals will still come. Let me know what you think and where are you going to be watching this game from. Night games are always interesting for me. I love night games because, of course, they come with a lot of, anticipation and a lot of belief, because I think we have a good record in some of these, night, evening, late kickoffs. So it's going to be an interesting one, but let me know where you're catching it from. What's your expectation? What's your prediction of this game? For me, if you ask me, really, first of all, before even going into the win, into the prediction, I expect to see a more comfortable performance from Manchester United, an improvement on what we did against Aston Villa, because we trailed by 2 goals. So meaning we were poor in certain areas, especially in defending set pieces. I'm hoping that they spent that past week learning how to defend set pieces, because we've conceded crazy goals through set pieces, which isn't good. Before we are leaking goals through the middle, now set pieces. So I'm hoping we have better organization during set pieces. That's an improvement for me, because United is at the stage of improvement. And against Nottingham Forest, we should be more comfortable. We should be more confident. We shouldn't panic. This is a bottom table team. But no, they are not small teams in the Premier League. We can't rest on our laurels. What's your prediction of this one? Well, there's news coming in that Manchester United has triggered a 1-year contract extension in Victor Lindelof's contract. Remember, Lindelof is expected to return on the 8th of January. He has been sidelined for a while. So there's some news coming through. There is also reports that there's been several agencies seen entering Carrington, and people are beginning to debate what exactly they are there for. But we know that our players are at the point of renegotiating their contracts. So you expect their agencies to come and talk to the club. But let's focus on the game. Nuno Espirito Santo hoping to get another easy second one after his first game in charge of this Nottingham Forest team being impeccably good for him. But United now is in the mood. We expect someone still from Ineos to be there at Old Trafford to monitor the team, to see what exactly they're doing, as we do wait for the official lineup. Well, here it is. Andre Onana to start in between the sticks. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Varane, Johnny Evans, Diogo Dalot, Kobe Mainu, Anthony Fernandes. I've got it spot on. There you go. The confirmed lineup is exactly as I had given it to you. There you go. That's the confirmed starting 11. Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. Andre Onana in goal. Of course, there were talks of people wanting to look at Altel Baindil, hoping this could be the opportunity for him to come. But I don't mind Onana starting, given how we collectively performed in the last game. So Andrew Onana will maintain his starting place in between the sticks. The back line will be bossed by two experienced centre backs in Johnny Evans, 35-year-old, and Rafael Varane, who is a talk of town lately. Man U discussing changing his terms, but triggering a contract extension, but on reduced terms. No extending his contract with the current terms. Real Madrid seeming to be following him from the side. They seem to want a centre back, and Varane, their old boy, could be a quick fix. But for now, he's ours, and he's starting against Nottingham Forest. Diogo Dalot still coming in to deputize Luke Shaw on the left back, played decently well in the last game. We've got Wan-Bissaka on the right. 1v1, he's the master, if you ask me. Not so many players globally are better than him. 1v1. Of course, there are lots of areas to improve in his game, but boy, I love to see him there. Then Kobbie Mainoo will be sitting at the base of the midfield. The young 18-year-old sensation who is growing in confidence day by day, continuing to prove that indeed he has earned his right to come and sit with what you would call the big boys of the Premier League and comfortably fit in. Up front, ahead of him, is his brother and partner in crime. I love the bromance between Christian Eriksen and Kobbie Mainoo. And indeed, we are blessed with it again. Eriksen back from injury, but fit and hot as the word. And then Bruno Fernandes as well starting. Alejandro Garnacho goes back to the left. Antony is inverted on the right. And Marcus Rashford comes through as the false nine. What's your take on that starting 11? Manchester United taking on Nottingham Forest. A beautiful fixture, if you ask me. Surely this should be enough to deal with Nottingham Forest. I don't think there's anyone who would be worried about what threat Nottingham Forest can pose. Amad Diallo is back in the squad, not starting though. But yeah, there you go. That is the confirmed starting 11. I feel like this single pivot looked decent with Eriksen and Bruno the last time. I felt like we were decently in control of the midfield. I want to see it again. I think I love the squad, to be honest. I love the squad. I don't expect us to capitulate again. I mean, before we've put on some good performances, only to capitulate in the next game. So that is the starting 11. Andrew Onana in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the right. Diogo Dalot inverted the left back. Rafael Varane and Johnny Evans in the centre back. Kobbie Mainoo behind Christian Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes. I also observed that Eriksen really makes Bruno Fernandes better. I think they learned to play well together. I think they are both two smart players. Eriksen perhaps a little less physical because obviously he's older and of course he's injury prone now, but the class is always there. When he's fit and in the mood, when his body allows, Eriksen can damage anyone. You saw how he masterminded that comeback against Aston Villa, brought the confidence and balance. So the hard work done by Kobbie Mainoo made sense with Christian Eriksen, and you add on the daring Bruno Fernandes. No wonder it was balls aplenty in the final third for Rasmus Hojlund, for Alejandro Garnacho, who was scoring for fun, right and wrong goals, and of course Marcus Rashford, who was busy in the final third. It is certainly beginning to feel exciting for Man United. My prediction is this is going to be, I think, one of the most convincing victories for Manchester United this season. It will be energetic, it will be intense, it will be motivated. The lads will be motivated, they will be inspired. I expect an interesting victory for Manchester United. But let me know, in your view, what's your take on that starting 11? And what is your prediction? What do you expect to see? Well, it's been an interesting time, I think, lately. I mean, you love the positivity around the club. And for me, this is where I will bring in again, Mason Greenwood. I'm looking at this squad now. Imagine in such a scenario where you don't have a natural number 9. There is no Rasmus Hojlund. We know that Anthony Martial, who is out of the squad as well because of an illness, he has been suffering, is also not good enough even if he were there. Obviously now Mason Greenwood there would just be a quick solution. Put Greenwood where there is Anthony, And trust me, Marcus Rashford would score goals for fun. But we are just hours away from the January transfer window. And of course, I'll keep reminding you that we've got a boy on loan, exiled in Getafe. He's our player. We still pay his wages, £75,000 per week. But for no reason, somehow we can't have him back. I don't know why, but we need to keep talking about it and reminding the people in charge that the big fan base of Manchester United wants to see Mason Greenwood back to just solve all the right-wing problems that we've had. But for now, those we have include Anthony. I honestly think Anthony is a hard worker. I feel like I was watching a video just this week, a few days ago. I was watching the videos of the training from Carrington, and I was impressed by Amad Diallo. In fact, I'm not surprised that he's in the squad. I was impressed by his dribbling. He was easily beating off people, actually better than Anthony. Things I've been saying. He's a more natural, I felt, because the Man U shared videos of the two of them, in training, beating off opponents in 1v1 situations with nutmegs and step overs and stuff. And boy, Amad Diallo has got it, and I feel like he put on a bit of muscle, which is good for him. I think he was too tiny before, so you feel, the squad is beginning to look positive. I think it's beginning to look energizing. So I think Sir Jim comes in and at a time when there's something to start from. I think really in terms of academy work, we haven't been doing so bad. But the game is just over an hour, actually just under an hour away from now. And of course, Manchester United will be hoping it's an easy one again. But there are no easy games. There are no easy games in the English Premier League. Where are you watching it from? What do you expect in this game? What's your prediction? Let me know. Drop your comment. Of course, and let's enjoy this game together as we do get into it. It's just a few minutes away. It's now under an hour. I don't know. What's the story? I think the final games of the year, remember, this is the final game of the year, and the final games of the year in history, by the way, Manchester United has done well. I think we do well during festive seasons, always, historically. We had never been beaten since 1978 on Boxing Day. That's why we fought again. We maintained our run. Then we have won 27 games on the final day. We have won 20 rather. Out of 27, we have won 20. We have only lost 3 times. We have won all the last 5 consecutive times. Marcus Rashford scored in 4 of those. So you can imagine we've got a good record in the final. I think our boys are motivated when they're closing there. I think they like, going into the new year happy. They like leaving it last. But it's okay. That's what United is about. We are, we win games in final minutes. That's what we're used to. That's why we are so happy about the win against Aston Villa. We love leaving the stadiums with, with the energy, with the drive. That's why we love Manchester United. That's the adrenaline we fell in love with. So, yeah, I think I come into this game quite comfortable. A man to watch, of course, is Anthony Elanga. He's our boy. He knows us. He knows our team. He knows these young players. He was most of them. But I think for me, regardless how good Elanga is, he's obviously not better than the players that stayed. He should have stayed with them. Wouldn't be at Nottingham Forest now. So it's just United players just stepping up their game and playing like Manchester United players, playing for the badge. That's all they have got to do. But yeah, it's a good game. It's a good way to end the year. So that's the squad there. In case you're just joining us, this is the United Hotspot. Subscribe. We are here every day talking Manchester United strictly. You can go into our videos. You can become a member of the Hotspot and support the channel by becoming a member, because we are, of course, up to a lot. We've just started talking Manchester United. We are for Greenwood back, in case you didn't know. I don't know about you. Here on the United Hotspot, we are for Mason Greenwood back. Just imagine how he would boast that squad you're looking at on your screen right now if he was here. But sadly, it is the Hetafe supporters who are enjoying our Wonder Boy. But for now, we've got several Wonder Boys to enjoy. Alejandro Garnacho on a brace in the last game against Aston Villa, man of the match. He's winning them for fun lately. And of course, the other academy graduate, Kobe Maino, as well there, the mastermind of everything right about Manchester United lately. Only 18, but such a joy to watch. Everywhere United supporters, in every part of the continent, every part of the world, every part of planet Earth, all United supporters are in awe of this young boy, Kobe Maino. What a player, what a gift to football. And again, we are here lucky to enjoy his masterclass, teaming up with the class act of Christian Eriksen and the ambitious Bruno Fernandes, the captain. Trust you me, it's about to get orgasmic. Where are you watching this game from, fam? Talk to me. Let's just enjoy this one. Drop your comment. Where are you enjoying this game from? Is this squad exciting? I mean, many times we United supporters are energized by the squad. I feel energized by this squad, hugely energized. I don't care who is on the bench. At least I look ahead, no, excuse me, that in Jan we will have a full squad and the manager will be spoiled for choice. But for now, we are okay with what we have, looking balanced and sharp. No Hojlund, no problems. We wish him well. We do know the feeling is mutual. He gave us what we were waiting for the longest time. It came about 19 games late, over 1,000 minutes later. But boy, it did not feel any less good. Rasmus Hojlund's first goal came against Aston Villa in the Premier League. We'll have to wait longer to see another. But I felt like the interplay, the midfield, the interplays in the midfield in the last game, and the way Rashford and Garnacho were switching and from the right and the left, it played a huge role in disorganizing, Aston Villa. I feel like we now have a proper structure that we can play on. Erik Ten Hag said that was his identity. People are asking about the United identity. That game against Aston Villa was his identity. If that was so, that is an identity I believe in. It's the identity I want to associate with. It's an identity that I fell in love with years ago when I fell in love with Man United. It's the identity that represents who we are as United supporters. But the lack of consistency has fettered our belief in it. But let's see now. It's another test, guys. It's not all done. It's not all dusted. But the beauty is the new guys in charge of football matters at the club are interested in working with Erik Ten Hag. Ten Hag too says the feeling is mutual. And of course, they are all energized, and the energy was seen among the players. With Sir Dave Brailsford in the stand, the director's box, Manchester United looked unstoppable. But one more time this year, what should we expect to see? Unfortunately, it's not at home, but no, not at home, no problem. We will support and cheer on either way, as Manchester United looks to protect their good record on the final game, during the final game of the year. This is such I think an emotional game. I'm looking back to this year and I'm thinking of the games we've had, and I'm thinking what was our best game. And I honestly cannot look beyond the Aston Villa game. If you try to look back to the whole year 2023, I thought the Crystal Palace win also felt a bit good, because after a long spell of poor performances, I think that is when he had just started looking real. Because remember, we had just been used to the previous excitement of Erik Ten Hag and how he instantly came and did us good. And then it started sinking, and we were thinking he would have it in control. Then it got worse. Then eventually we got a convincing victory against Crystal Palace. It felt good as well. That's a game where Bruno wasn't. But then the next weekend, we are facing the same Crystal Palace, and they dispose us off terribly. That's when it started looking like clearly it's crumbling. There's no consistency. There was no identity. And the emotions were now starting to fluctuate like this, like our hearts were about to stop. So I feel like we are now again back up, our positivity, our feelings, our energies up again. And these players cannot afford to take us back down again. I think they cannot afford to play with our emotions again. That's why I think there should be more than enough to psych these players up, to run their lungs out for that jersey and win that game and show some bit of consistency, play with composure and character, and look clearly like the world class footballers they should be because they are playing for Manchester United. But those are the players. If in case you're just coming on, that is the starting squad. I'll keep it. I'll keep them there. You don't need to look at my face really. You just want to see who is starting, and you make your assessment. What's your take on that starting squad for Manchester United? For me, seeing Kobe Maino, Eriksen, and Bruno is satisfying enough. So there you go. Andre Onana, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, Marcus Rashford, number 10, Christian Eriksen, Alejandro Garnacho, Rafael Varane, Diogo Dalot, Antony, Juan Bissaka, Johnny Evans, and Kobe Mainu. On the bench, the substitutes, we've got, of course, goalkeeper Altel Baindil, right there on the bench. We've got Kambwala, Sergio Julian, Amad Diallo is in the squad. I predicted this. Good to see him there. I hope he gets a few minutes. Dan Gore came on and as a substitute in the last game. Hannibal Mabry is still there. Scott McTominay, Facundo Pellistri, and Donny van de Beek. That's the bench of Manchester United. Where are you enjoying this one from? How are you? Are you nerved up? Are you worried? Are you scared? Are you under pressure? What's your feeling? What's your mood like? What's the atmosphere like? How are you feeling? Let me know because I've got barely 10 minutes to let you also go and get something to drink. The final 30 minutes are for you to come down and enjoy the final race of 2023. Regards Manchester United. Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. No Rasmus Hojlund. He has got an illness. He won't be playing in this one. I was still looking at the year and trying to reflect on what 2023 has been like. The other game I enjoyed, of course, was the Everton game where Kobe Maino, just put on a masterclass. He just showed the world what he's made of. It was another beautiful game this year. Earlier on in the year, which other game can I pick out? The reverse fixture of Nottingham Forest, I think, was also an interesting one in terms of how we came back, the fight, and how I think Bruno was a beast in that one. We were almost being humiliated at Old Trafford. But the way we came back, I felt, and I watched that one, I think, in a public space where there was a lot of energy. I think at the same time, Arsenal was also playing. It was a Saturday game, I think, or Sunday. I think it was a Saturday game. Arsenal was also playing. And the banter, because where I was watching it from, there was lots of Arsenal supporters, like you would know. I don't know how it is in your countries, but yeah, usually in open places, when you go in open places where there are open screens, usually there are more people watching Arsenal. I don't know whether it's the same. I don't know what that is supposed to mean, and you know how talkative they can be. So I remember that game against Nottingham. They had a good day. I think they're also playing Fulham or something, but also Fulham was also giving them a proper run for their money. So it was such an interesting atmosphere for a football match and such a good way to fight back and win it. It was a bit nostalgic. It felt like the old times with Alex Ferguson. So yeah, I think we've had some good games this year, but still for me nothing beats the Aston Villa game. I think you would easily say the latest is always the sweetest. Indeed, and summing it up with a goal, a first Premier League goal for Rasmus Hojlund. Honestly, we've all wanted it to work out for him. We've all wished him well. We've all wanted him to shine and perform at Manchester United. So it was a good feeling to be a United supporter. It's sad that he's not in this game. We would have wanted to see how he builds on that. I'm sure he must be boiling and hurting on wherever he will be watching from. Honestly, because but you also understand the emotions and pressure he had. It was only normal that he was always going to be ill. Well, he's not even ill. Maybe they are just managing him. It's a thing of management. Because man, you can imagine the pressure this boy was under. But there we are, looking confident, looking improved, looking like Man United. What exactly then do we do to ensure that we seal off the year with pride, with honor, and with the swagger of Manchester United? That's exactly what we are here for. The United Hot Spot, where we advocate for the return of Mason Greenwood to Manchester United. Sir Jim, if you're there, if you're hearing this by any chance, if it gets to you, we, the majority of Manchester United supporters, have forgiven Mason Greenwood. We have forgiven him, just like the girlfriend forgave him, just like the family of the girlfriend forgave him. We as well have forgiven him. Let him come back. We hear there are reports linking him to FC Barcelona, who are willing to take him. Boy, we are not willing to lose him. With the supporters of Manchester United, the majority of them, the majority of us say, Greenwood back, 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 Greenwood back. This channel, the United Hotspot, is for Greenwood back. Yes, I don't know about you. I don't know what you think, and you're entitled to your opinion. For me, here on the United Hotspot, I am for Greenwood back as well as Jan if possible. Why not? Because we definitely need him now. He has scored 5 goals and assisted 15, scored 5 goals and assists in 15 games. He has assisted, I think, 4 times. He's bossing the Spanish La Liga for fun. That's why the big clubs in Spain and Italy are fighting for his signature. We are looking to change things around in football at Man United. We've got a new man in charge, Sir Jim. We had to sell him shares to be able to put our football right. There is no bigger and better solution than Mason Greenwood now returning. This boy will put us right back up where Sir Jim Ratcliffe says we need to be. Just put a few other players around him and Kobe Maino, and Manchester United is back. It's an easy job, Sir Jim. Don't complicate it, please. Let's do it. The manager has shown before that he wants Greenwood back. But for now, I'll return my attention to our starting squad. There you go. I've got 5 minutes to let you first rest and get some water or juice and get ready to watch the game. But one more time, reminding you of our starting 11. Andre Onana still starts ahead of Altel Bainde. You'll have to wait a bit longer to see Baindia's debut. In a Man United jersey, backline has got the right Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Diogo Dalot on the left. There is no Luke Shaw. Dalot is always a good deputy. In the central defense, Rafael Varane partnering with the legend, experienced Johnny Evans, who, by the way, was there, was it 14 years ago, when United was still beating Aston Villa by 3-2 on Boxing Day. Legend in every right. Kobe Maino to cover the grounds in the hole in front of the backline. Of course, ahead of him are the experienced captain Bruno Fernandes and the super classy Christian Eriksen. Up front in the false 9 role is Marcus Rashford. It won't be strange for him. He has played there several times before he got Rasmus Hojlund. Antony on the right. And of course, the wonder boy, the golden boy, the amazing Alejandro Garnacho will be flying in from the left. Man United, final game of the season. The records are good. The 5 consecutive ones we've had have been victories. 4 of those, Marcus Rashford, who is leading our line, has been able to see the back of the net. Missed one against Burnley. But boy, we shall remember the 4 in which he scored. Will he score again? I think so. With the organization behind him, scoring will come too easy. My prediction is going to be a 3-0 obliteration of Nottingham Forest at the very least. And Man United will dominate every important start. United will have fun in this one. It will indeed be a worthy end to the year 2023. It will sum up what our year has been. Indeed. The hotspot, the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. And of course, thank you for joining me for this one. I've got just just a minute, just under 3 minutes to let you enjoy the game, to also go grab something to eat before I get into the game mood. action time. I don't feel any pressure, to be honest. I'm not under any form of pressure. I don't feel worried at all. I have a certain confidence that I've rarely had this season. I only have this confidence, by the way, when I see Kobe Maino in the squad. If he's not there, it's difficult for me to feel this confident. Kobe Maino just gives me comfort, the calmness and composure, that he's got it. Imagine I have all that trust in an 18-year-old. It's strange, but yeah, that's why my next kid will be called Kobe, because I mean, no kid has had this impact on Manchester United, not in my time. But yeah, that's it. I feel like this is the game where Kobe could even score his first goal. You know, the gods of football don't stop gifting. Hojlund gets his first goal. We are looking good. Season a year ender. We are ending there. Everyone is excited about the team, and boom, Kobe Maino, mastermind, gets the ball from his box and dribbles past everyone, finds the back of the net, and it's a 3-2 victory for Manchester United. No, I don't want it to be that intense again. Anyway, my prediction is 3-0. But I hope Kobe Maino blesses us with a goal. Maybe a bullet from the center, because he is good with those as well. Wow. How beautiful that would be. Isn't it? How beautiful. Wouldn't you love to see that? I would love to see that. That would be a dream come true. All right, 1 minute left for me. I've got to leave it at that. Thank you so much, of course, for coming on and joining me. I will be back after the game. Let's enjoy it. Let's believe and let's hope for a good performance from our boys. Man United away to Nottingham Forest. The final game of 2023. My prediction, Man United 3-0 Nottingham Forest. Kobe Maino